What's up, Facebook land? How you guys doing tonight? Welcome to episode 1 of DanWoodz Live, the web series. And we're gonna, like I've talked about during these last few days, doing a few tests. We are going to do these, looks like twice a week. Right now, Tuesday is pretty much firmed up that we know. And then I'm not sure if we're going to do it Thursday or Friday, but we are definitely going to do 2 videos a week. And like I said in our little teaser, I got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. First and foremost, I want to say congratulations to the guys in Abacy. If you don't know who these guys are and you're looking for some new music and you especially want to wake up your senses to kick off 2019, Tyler and the guys in Abacy definitely are going to bring it to you. Want to say congratulations to them. Around Christmas time, they dropped a new video for the song No Escape. Today, they dropped another new video for a song called Our Fall. Definitely want to check this out and see what they've got going on. And like I said, these guys, seriously, they kick ass on a level that you just haven't even gotten to yet, so I highly recommend you check them out. Again, the band is Abacy out of Boise. They are on Facebook, so you definitely want to look at those guys. Another thing I wanted to talk about was, what the hell is Motley Crue doing? Well, they dropped a cryptic, I guess, tweet message. And if you follow Motley Crue on Twitter, you may have seen this, and it was an emoji tweet, but there are a lot of people in the rock radio world right now that are speculating what the hell that tweet means. The tweet was a victory symbol, a peanut, and of course the metal horns, followed by the date 2/3/19, which if you are a sports fan, the 3rd of February 2019 is also the same date as the Super Bowl. Now, the Super Bowl has some significance because of the fact it's the biggest advertising day of the year. And that means that there could be some different things going on, including the fact that they may be releasing a teaser trailer for their upcoming movie, Dirt, which we are excited to see, of course. It's only been in the works for, 10 years? Maybe not 10 years. But there are also people that are speculating on whether or not that means that maybe Motley Crue could be crashing the Super Bowl halftime show. I highly doubt that, just based on the fact that the halftime show is not going to put a rock band on unless it's somebody a lot more mainstream. Foo Fighters come to mind. I'd love to see Metallica play, but we're just going to have to keep waiting. Maybe if the Super Bowl ever makes its way back to San Francisco, we might get a Metallica halftime show. But I can speculate about all that all I want. It's kind of like wondering when Tool's going to release a new album. Speaking of new albums for 2019, there is a lot of talk right now around the rock world about Slipknot coming out with a new album. Of course, the 9 keep putting out cryptic messages, including Corey Taylor, number 8 himself, putting out little teaser pictures of a new mask. They also did drop that song on Halloween, which is amazing. So, looking forward to new Slipknot in 2019. Also in the way of mainstream rock bands, a band that was in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, Rammstein. New music from them coming in 2019. Megadeth supposedly supposed to have some new music in 2019. And then, of course, our friends in Killswitch Engage just finished recording their new album. Dakota the studio dog is very excited. New Slipknot, Dakota? Yeah? Yeah, we want new Slipknot, don't we? Live videos from home. It's amazing, people. While we are being interrupted, I want to take a minute to say, what's up, Josh? Thanks for tuning in. Eric from Honest Brutality. How are you guys doing? Brian Hoyt, Mark, Brian Robinson. Man, it's amazing to see the support going out there. Josh Goodman, thank you so much for joining the broadcast as well. If you guys have questions, make sure you put them in the comment section. And as we get towards the end of this, and I get done doing all the, stuff that I wanted to talk about, I'm going to take some time to answer some questions as well. Dakota rocks very hard. Yes, he does. Those of you who know who Dakota the Studio Dog, you guys know that he's 150 pounds of hi, I want your attention and I want it now. All right, so back to new music for 2019. Like I was saying, Killswitch Engage just reported that they are out of the studio and done recording their new album, which should drop sometime here in the next few months. I'm hoping sooner rather than later because Killswitch kicks ass. Now, on to what I think would probably be the best rock and roll reunion yet. Oh, I'm sorry, Mark. Not Mark. Wizard Cow. Oh, goodness. I forget sometimes that you have nicknames. Anyway, thanks, Wizard Cow. I appreciate it. So, I have been very vocal about this over the years, and it's probably because growing up, one of the biggest bands that had an influence on my rock music listening was a band called Skid Row. Now, their former lead singer, Sebastian Bach, has made quite a name for himself over the years, whether it's been on Broadway or touring the country with his own band and making lots of music. Funny story about him, I literally gave him the shirt off my back once. He was playing a venue, he thought our uniforms were cool, he asked how he could get one, and I just took it off and gave it to him. So, I would love to see Sebastian again and talk to him about the time that the dude from Legends gave him his shirt. Because I bet he doesn't remember it. He likes his Molson beer. Anyways, there's been a lot of talk lately about whether or not Skid Row should get back together and do a reunion. Coming up on the 30th anniversary of their record, their fans still rabid for their music, and of course, anytime this subject comes up, there's always a conversation of no, Sebastian's hard to work with, he's kind of a dick. Those are their words. Sebastian did an interview the other day where at the end of the interview he basically said, hey, wait a minute, they have had 7 different singers over the years. I've had the same band for 15. Who's hard to work with? Is it really me or is it them? Let's give the fans what they want. We don't have to like each other to put out an old album. Makes a lot of sense. I am a big fan of a possible Skid Row reunion. I wish the guys would just squash it all, get over themselves, and give the people what they want. I mean, go ahead. You're 50 years old. You want to start a new band when you're 50? Knock yourself out. That aside, other old rockers that have things to say? Alice Cooper has been very vocal lately. All right. Ooh, look at that. Brian Hoyt, I can neither confirm nor deny that a new project is going to cover a Skid Row song. Eric, I tend to agree with you that ship probably has sailed, but Sebastian is still in the news, making news. He's still making tons of money, and he still can perform really well. I think Skid Row should probably take a lesson from Axl and Slash, squash it all, and release something for the 30th anniversary. That's just me. Alice Cooper did an article for The Guardian, and I completely agree with what he has to say. Politics and rock music don't mix. I tend to agree with him. I like my rock politic free. It's probably one of the reasons why I dislike the band Rage Against the Machine so much. I like some of their music, I understand what it means, but if I wanted to pay $165 to go to a show, I don't want to listen to somebody's political bullshit for 3 hours. Alice Cooper gets that. He's quoted as saying in the Guardian interview that he is interested in taking people away from that when they come to one of his shows. I think that's admirable. We have enough Bonos in the world, we don't need more. By the way, my personal opinion, U2 outlived their usefulness in 1989. Just saying. All right, so as we continue with this web series, I wanted to make sure that I'm spending time, thanks to our friends at Dirtbag Clothing, to give some of their artists a little bit of a platform. Now, over the last couple of days, we've done these shows, and people keep bringing up this band, Citizen Soldier. They're from the Salt Lake area, which is where I now reside. I've been told I need to check them out. Unfortunately, right now, all I can do is look at their Facebook page and listen to some of their music. So I did. I came across their first release called First Blood. It is a kick-ass amazing song. I later found out that that same band is a part of the Dirtbag Clothing family, which, well, really excites me because as I am now a member of the Dirtbag Clothing family, that gives me better access to some of their bands and some of the cool things that I could do. So therefore, my artist this week that I wanted to showcase was Citizen Soldier. If you're looking for some new music that's not only melodic but got a heavy tempo to it, it's basically going to kick you square in the ass and get you off your couch, I highly recommend checking out the tune First Blood. It truly is amazing. Video, it's got a little bit of lyrical content to it so you can understand some of the harder lyrics and harsher tones and get what they're going for. The song truly does kick ass, so check them out. Citizen Soldier from Salt Lake City. Can't wait to see one of their shows coming up. As we were getting ready to go on the air tonight, I noticed that my good buddy Eric and the folks over at Honest Brutality are ready to kick off 2019 in epic fashion. They're looking for a new intro. So I'm going to post a link to Honest Brutality's page in the comment section after we're done tonight, because they're doing a massive call out to anyone who wants to try and produce a kick-ass intro for the Honest Brutality show. Also, if you're a new musician, maybe you've never been contacted by Eric and the guys, I highly recommend you get a hold of them because they are definitely going to help you get some exposure out there on Rock Rage Radio and the Honest Brutality program. So I will post that link in there. There's an email that you can send stuff to. Again, they're looking for an intro, 45 seconds to a minute long, and definitely want to get on there and kick ass at it, especially if you got some really cool production chops, because this is going to be heard by a massive amount of people. And you never know what kind of cool shit Eric might send you for being the official intro production person for Honest Brutality. I'd do it, but I think I have an unfair advantage. I just generally kick ass. Eric would agree. All right, so why don't we open this up to some questions and see what you guys have to say on some of the topics that I took care of tonight. And yeah, we'll go from there. Let's see, what do we got? Josh saying he couldn't agree more with Alice Cooper. Yes. You know, I agree with what Josh is saying. He definitely dislike when a frontman comes out on stage and gives a 10 to 15 minute speech on how we all need to get along. I have less of a problem with that we all need to get along part, but I do have a huge problem with them trying to influence voting or telling you what their particular stance is on a subject, because a lot of times, especially nowadays and age, the younger generation doesn't do their research when it comes to certain topics. Just because something's good for somebody who has millions of dollars doesn't necessarily mean that it's good for somebody like me who, well, lives paycheck to paycheck and half the time does shit for free, like this web series. So I have a problem with politicians. I have a problem with artists trying to influence politics, and I definitely have a problem with paying to listen to somebody's political views. That's why I quit going to Green Day concerts. Just saying. So, that being said, what else? What do you mean it looks different on the computer than it does from my view?
I see your hair later.
Jesus Christ. Gary Pike, Happy New Year, my friend. I hope things are going well. Gary Pike, the general manager at the Knitting Factory in Boise. If you are an artist or a musician looking for a cool place to play in the Treasure Valley, also known as Boise, you definitely want to be friends with Gary Pike and the folks at the Knitting Factory. I had a little setback last year when they had a fire in the building. Construction still ongoing, and I cannot wait to see them open it back up, because I tell you what, I'm sure it's going to be 10 times more amazing than it already was. I can tell you this, a super world-class staff that knows their shit. Period, hands down, no questions asked. Knitting Factory is a great organization. If you get a chance to work one of their productions, I highly recommend it. As you can see, we have a small half-naked child running around the background of this video. I need to get a green screen so we can alleviate some of this shit. Just saying. Oh look, it's shower time. That's gonna make noise too. Alright. These live videos are just going right down the tubes. Alice Cooper is a kick-ass guitar player. Yes, he does. Nita Strauss. She rocked the shredder a few weeks ago. Thanks to my friend Wizard Cal, I saw some cool pictures of that. Nita is an accomplished guitarist that is absolutely phenomenal. If you've never checked out any of her solo work, I highly recommend it. Just for all of you at home, I am wearing pants. I promise. Should be back open in March. That would be the Knitting Factory in Boise, and it will be fantastic. Gary, I honestly can't wait to make my way back up to the Treasure Valley. First off, I miss my Knitting Factory family so much, and I can't wait to see what cool shit you guys have in ready to go when the venue reopens up. I know it's taken a little longer than you guys wanted to, but I tell you what, it's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see it. I appreciate that, Gary. Thank you. And here's the thing. Send me a list of some shows coming up. We got lots of people that are watching from the Treasure Valley. It's a rock show. I wouldn't mind telling people about it.
If it's country, I might drive up there.
And this is why we can't have nice things.
You drive up there all the time anyway.
Okay, enough.
Don't tell me enough.
All right, so we're gonna try and do another show later on this week. Again, I'm not sure if it's gonna be on Thursday or Friday, but we're definitely gonna do another one coming up here this week. So do me a favor, hit me up on all the social media. If you follow me on Twitter, on Facebook, and of course you can always email me at danwoodz@gmail.com. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to doing. So this video, episode 1 of the DanWoodz Live web series. Thank you so much for all the support. Again, I'm going to put that link in there for Honest Brutality's page if you want to do a intro for those guys and submit your new music to them. And don't forget to support local radio. Local music, local radio, wherever you get it, make sure you check it out, guys. Just remember, all of those bands that you know and love, that you spend big money to go see at an arena, are the same bands that play the clubs on the weekends that need your support. When you go to a show, it's not just enough to buy a ticket, but buy a $5 CD, buy a $10 shirt, hell, buy a $20 shirt. If you can support the bands, help them get to the next level. And don't be like me. Don't just get put on the guest list. Support your friends' bands wherever you can. Which reminds me, guys, I always need put on the guest list. I don't have any money for tickets. This doesn't pay anything. You guys have a great week. I will see you later this week. Keep following along on this page for more information about what we got going on and who we've got coming up on the show. Once again, thanks to Abacy, Citizen Soldier, Honest Brutality, and of course our friends over there at the Knitting Factory in Boise. You guys have a great night. As always, remember the 3 most important things in life are peace, love, and naked sex. I'm out.